just to turn on a video. Unfortunately, I don't have one, so. My name is Артема Романюкова. Hello, everybody. And I'm from Dnipro, Ukraine. And I put this, the name of my hometown to the slide because I'm the only person here, the only participant of the program who is not from Kiev, actually. So I'm kind of proud of it also. And
is it a coincidence that Dnipro is right now?
Maybe, we will see. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background because I guess this is the thing that led me here, and that and this is why I was selected to be here, actually. So basically, my life is divided in two pieces. One is before 2014, and another is after 2014. Why 2014? Because you probably know that in 2013 and 14, Ukraine survived through a revolution of dignity, and it changed our lives dramatically, and mine too. So if before 2014 my life looked like this blue, narrow, and like a flat line, after 2014 it became something like this. And as you can see, this red dot high above is not your red dot award, but it's Stanford, yeah. And I'm here, and I'm very happy that it happened. So actually, what was before this mark, this 2014? You can believe it or not, but this is me. What is more is this is me on my driver's license. And yeah, it's like switch. So yes. So, and policemen in Ukraine, you know, somehow they continue to recognize me by this photo because I show this driver's license. Even here, I haven't shown it here, but still. So it works. And I was a kind of usual teenager, and I entered university. I studied math, I studied physics, radio physics, mechanics, mathematics, and I never knew, I couldn't even imagine that I'll become a kind of public person. Well, I was a little bit used to publicity because just a usual teenager, I played a guitar on one of Ukrainian rock bands. Of course, Slava, not that famous as your band. You probably don't even know how the name of this one, but.
Two of us are physicists, two of us playing in a rock band, two of us were at Stanford, so it's like, it's not a coincidence.
Coincidence, just a coincidence. Okay, I ran my business, I ran my band, I even did some research. I have even several patents in Ukraine for this research, but and everything was clear to me, but it came 2014, and it really changed my life. So I quit my business, I left it, I left my researches, and I almost left music, but
Don't do it.
thank you. And now I'm running two civil society organizations in Ukraine. First one is Civil Control Platform, second one is Save Dnipro. And as for Civil Control Platform, it deals with issues of anti-corruption, advocacy of reforms, and civil society development. And we began with as a small regional initiative, and then we spread our activities nationwide. And after this, we started implementation of one of the most successful reforms in Ukraine. It's public procurement reform. We started implementing it at the local level in several regions of Ukraine. And this is a book called Prozoro, How a Dream Became Reality. And I'm very proud that two members of our team on the first page of it. And then we switched to transparency and e-democracy policies for Ukrainian cities. And here you can see top of transparency rating of Ukrainian, of top 100 biggest Ukrainian cities. And there is Pokrov, and other one is Mariupol. And this is before we worked with them. And this is after. They're number 1 and number 2 So this is how we work with Ukrainian cities to make them more transparent. It was actually 57th and 91st, I guess. So this is how we work with Ukrainian cities, and we also host one of the platforms, Ukrainian platforms for citizen participations in decision-making for local governments, and we have dozens of local communities using it in Ukraine. As for anti-corruption, we took active part in the formation of new anti-corruption bodies, law enforcement bodies in Ukraine. I mean, National Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine, you probably know it as NABU. And I was 3 times elected as a member of Civil Oversight Council of NABU. And we were in charge of the selection of detectives for this institution. And I think we did our work well, because no one of the detectives of NABU has been bribed yet. So it's a good achievement for Ukraine. And we conducted our own investigations and saved hundreds of millions of public funds. But of course, sometimes reaching our goals required street protests, and this is my daughter showing her daddy on TV while it was one of such protests, and sometimes it goes even like this. So it's an amazing job, you know. And we host the biggest forum, it's a reforms forum in the region. Its name is «Валить нельзя остаться», and we can translate it in English like «leave not stay», but without comma. Okay, thank you, Nick, for this translation. I guess it was your idea. No? Okay, thank you anyway. And of course, Save Dnipro initiative. It fights for environmental rights of Ukrainian people. Because sometimes our environmental rights look like this. This is a real power plant. It's situated right in the middle of my hometown, Dnipro. And we know that the first step for you to solve the problem is to measure it. And this is why we developed such a cute device. It's made of very conventional, of very usual materials, and it costs very low price. And we covered whole Ukraine with such devices using people's activity, and now Ukrainians start understanding what they breathe, at least. So we're very proud that we've been recognized as people of new times by one of the Ukrainian magazines, and here's actually, we're rewarded this award for local reforms. And a few days ago, we were rewarded as an Open Data Leader Award. It was Save Dnipro and Save EcoBoat initiative. So it would be impossible without my team, and those beautiful people, here they are. It's a Civil Control team, and this is Save Dnipro team. And of course, what I'm doing here, what it's all about. You know, it's coincidence, Pasha. What are we doing here? You know, coming here is a very competitive thing. And when I was applying for Emerging Leaders Program, I was told that recommendations weigh heavily. And I started calling my friends in government, MPs, just asking them to give me a recommendation. And usually I heard the answer, well, yes, Артем, we can give you a recommendation, but it wouldn't be so fair because I'm an applicant too. So my goals here are very simple, and law enforcement reform is actually mainly it's about police reform, and it's about police reform from human resources perspective. I'm not a lawyer, but from human resource perspective. And the key thing that I remind when I'm talking about rule of law, about law enforcement, is a Soviet legacy. You know what hold us so, and this is why I took this thing along. This is a piece of this guy. This guy's name is Vladimir Lenin, and he's standing right in the middle of the central square of my hometown. This is what happened with him in 2015, and I would like to present this piece of Lenin. Sorry. To Center on Democracy, Rule of Law, and to Freeman Spogli Institute. It's written here. It's written here. Yeah, it's written here that dangerous. It's a dangerous commie virus. So please keep it in the bottle, okay? And goal number 2. Thank you. Goal number 2 is air pollution monitoring network development, and I'm going to do one step ahead of this goal right now. This is the device I was talking about. And this is also for CDDRL and for Freeman Spogli Institute, for Stanford. And we're going to put it here and just spread our activities to the USA. So thank you. And goal number 3, this is also for you. And goal number 3, I would like to invite my co-fellows here, because it's our very special thing for us. It's Ukrainian Change and Investment Summit at Stanford that we want to hold this spring, actually late April. And we're going to make it unusual Ukrainian event here. And we encourage you to take part. So I know there's many Ukrainians here, so please, and not only Ukrainians. So we will need your help because our plans are ambitious. Maybe Katerina can add some, or Pasha. Can you?
Wait a minute.
Or Артем.
About what our goals here are?